All right, welcome to this training section. We're going to talk about how to actually reschedule appointments. This is different than canceling appointments. This is actually rescheduling an existing appointment. There's quite a few methods on how to actually do that. So we're going to go ahead and walk you through some of those foundational methods inside of the business platform. So method number one is rescheduling using a link. Now, this is actually going to be the only method that is called an automatic method, meaning this is something that the client can actually do or the contact can actually do on their end. So let me explain to you what this means. Inside of these events, so let's say, for example, Elon Musk over here, right? Elon Musk on his side is going to be getting a reschedule link, okay? So this link right here, I'm going to go ahead and copy it. We see it on our side, but that way Elon can see it on his side as well. I'm going to go ahead and copy that. I'll open this up inside of an incognito window. What this is going to do is going to allow Elon to actually go ahead and reschedule his appointment using that link. Okay. Now this link is a specific link for this specific event. Now let me show you how all of this works over here. Okay. If I go over to settings, and then I go over to calendars, and then I go over to the actual calendar. So Elon has booked on the 101 NutriFit consult calendar, right? So I go over here, I click on edit, and then I go over here to notifications and additional options. These additional notes that show up right over here, this is what is controlling what is shown up inside of the actual notes of the actual event, okay? And so what this link is, this link right here is the reschedule link, and this is called a token, okay? And this token is specifically used to generate a link specific to that event, okay? Now, there is also a cancellation link. We did go ahead and talk about that in the cancellation training, in which the client, so Elon, can actually click on this link in order to actually cancel his appointments. You see over here, cancel meeting. He has to then go in and put a cancellation reason. I got busy creating Teslas, okay, over here. And so then he can cancel the appointment, and so he can do that on his side. And so that's the first method that we want to go ahead and show you in terms of how to reschedule using the link via the actual link that is specific to the event that is put there based off of the additional notes. Now, this token, when we show you how to send out custom text messages, how to send out custom emails, how to send out automated emails, these are the same tokens that we're going to walk you through, so that way you can actually put this reschedule link inside of the actual email that Elon gets. You can actually put this reschedule link anywhere you have communication with Elon, is that you can actually use this token to be able to do that. Okay, so that is the first method that is very good to be familiar with, is using the reschedule link. And again, this is the only one that allows the contact to do it on their side. The next one that we can do is we can actually change that same appointments via the contacts page. Now, we can either go to the contacts page by going over to back, contacts, and then clicking on Elon Musk that way, or we can also go ahead and hit Command K or the search bar over here and then click on Elon Musk that way, right? So either way, totally fine. You want to be familiar with both. And then what we can do is we can click on appointments here on the right side. And then what it's going to do is it's actually going to go ahead and show us. Now over here, it's not showing anything. So sometimes if it takes a little while, it takes a little while to load, and then you can always refresh it if necessary. What you can do is you can actually go ahead and reschedule. You go ahead and edit this right here, right? The little pencil icon. And then once you go ahead and click that little pencil icon, let's say, for example, Elon says, hey, you know what? He wants to actually meet a little bit earlier with me. So I'm going to go ahead and change this. You can either do a custom one or you can do a default one. And so in this case, I'm going to go ahead and do a default. Default means that this is according to the settings of the calendar. Custom means I'm going to go ahead and create this totally custom, not based on any of the calendar settings, right? So in this case, I'm going to do a default. And then, for example, I'm going to go ahead and move this a little bit earlier. Let's say we want to move this to the 22nd, and I wanted to go ahead and move this to 12 p.m. on the 22nd. That's in my time zone. And then over here, this is Elon. And then over here, I could also move it custom, right? So let's say, for example, this is 22nd. I said, what did I say? I said 22nd. And then I said at 12 p.m. And then I hit save appointment. And that is now going to actually go ahead and make the changes where Elon's appointment is now, you see, moved earlier to the 22nd. And so this is going to be the second method to actually go ahead and reschedule using contact page, is going to be by going ahead and doing it the way that we just showed you, okay? Next up is going to be that you can actually reschedule using the conversation section. So if I go over here, go to conversations, I go over to all, I go over to Elon, I click over here, calendars, it shows me that appointment there. And let's say, for example, because Elon's a busy guy, he said, hey, I need you to go ahead and move this. So I said, okay, cool, no problem. I'm going to go ahead and move this for you now. I'm going to move it over to Friday. And on Friday, we're going to meet at 1 p.m. I go ahead and save the appointment. as I save the appointment, check this out, give it a second, and then it is going to go ahead and boom, just like that, jump over here to Friday, right? So it does have that integration, so that way it shows up on the Google Calendar automatically as well, okay? So that is going to be method number 3, which is rescheduling using the conversation section, and then also over here, rescheduling using the calendar tab. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit of an advanced one on this one, because at this point, you kind of get the system, is let's say, for example, we're here under Elon Musk, okay? Now, Elon Musk, I click on edit, and I'm here on the calendar tab, right? And then what I'm going to do is instead of doing default, I'm actually going to do a custom appointment. Let's try something else here, okay? Let's go over, I'm going to set this on Saturday, okay? And I'm going to set this on Saturday, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this on Saturday and I'm going to do this as a custom. I'm going to actually book this over something that is blocked off here. So this is how the custom appointments actually works, and it's very, very helpful to learn this, okay? Is that over here, let's say, for example, night, 6 p.m., but Elon's very busy. I'm going to make an exception for him, and I'm going to meet him at 7 p.m. at night. So what I do is I go over here, set it to custom, 7 p.m., okay? And then I go ahead and save appointment. And because of the fact that this is a custom time slot, you're going to see that, boom, just like that, it actually moved it over to 7 p.m. Now, normally, if I was doing it via the default, it would not allow me to do that, right? Because the default doesn't show times that are blocked off according to the Google Calendar or even according to the calendar settings. But the way that we did the custom, it actually allowed us to be able to go ahead and do that there, okay? So that is rescheduling using the calendar tab. And of course, if you go over to appointments, it's going to show you all of your appointments here. So you can actually edit them over here as well. So if I just click into, let's say, Elon's appointment, it's going to take me over to his contact tab, and I can go ahead and actually edit it that way as well. And I believe over here, I can hit view details. I can hit edit. I can also hit reschedule. So you'll see right here, it gives me that reschedule activity there. So I can reschedule that way. So quite a few different places that you can actually go in and reschedule appointments inside of the system. The point is to just be well versed on all of them, because which method are you going to use? Depends on the situation, depends on the use case. So that's why we're just exposing you to the foundational layers, the ABCs of how all of this is going to work. So that way it's very easy for you to be able to do this. Now, a couple last points on here. Can you reschedule using Google Calendar? We've talked about this before. Yes, you can, but you do not want to do that, right? Could you just come over here and drag this? Could I come over here and just delete this? I could. But whenever you have client appointments, you want to make sure that you are doing that through Client Kit. Whenever you have Google Calendar appointments, you are doing that through Google Calendar, right? So I can move these around, but I do not want to move these around. No bueno. I do not want to do that, okay? Very, very, very important, and an important reminder for that, okay? Now, next up, this is your action step from this training section. Go out there and test this yourself. Go book an appointment and go through each of the different methods. See, hey, how does the reschedule link work? How does the actual rescheduling to the contact page work? How does it work through the conversions tab? How does this work using the calendar tab? Do each of the different methods, because I promise you, if you wait until you actually need these features, you're going to be like, oh, dang, it's not working the way that I thought it was going to work. And then you're going to be stuck. And so you want to make sure that you're doing the repetition, so that way you can actually go out there and be successful and have this as a skill on how to be able to run your business. I hope that makes sense. Please, please, please do not procrastinate. Make sure that you actually go through all of this and you actually learn all of the different ways to reschedule appointments. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been this training section on how to actually go ahead and reschedule appointments. We will catch you in the next training section.